Alright, we're
Alright,
live.
I'm the dopest show, and I'm
hold
not
on.
part of the CIA.
Hold on, I'm just gonna make sure that this is.
Not part of the CIA.
I'm just make sure this is.
Lucas seems I think I'm part of the CIA.
We're
I know
not
my
talking
hands
about,
on
we're not
that
talking about real
thing.
world politics here.
We're not. I'm just saying I'm not part of the CIA.
And I'm saying we're not
All I
talking
want to do is have a debate. I have my
Right,
sources
Yeah,
ready.
I want to have a debate too. Just
I
know
was
it.
ready.
What about
And you saw this part of the CIA.
Alright, perfect.
What can you do? I'm not part of the CIA, man. But I could start GoFundMe. You can give me a PlayStation 4.
Can you scooch over a little bit?
PlayStation 5.
Can you scooch over a little bit though?
I think I've become almost a legend at this point.
You should see me in Jaeger bomb.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is William Jaegers. This is
The dopest show.
And today we're going to be doing our debate about whether or not Eren is free 139.
And we might do a little bit of RI9 versus Eren come up.
That's true.
We might do a little bit of that.
Okay, so I'm gonna say you.
Should we have
No one's gonna tell you. No one's gonna guess.
opening statements?
Yeah. No, I'm actually gonna do more free form. So tell me your position. So I was talking to someone about how Eren wasn't free in 137, and he said, "No, that's wrong." And I said, "Well, wait. Let's say this for the channel. Let's not have an argument on the beach here."
Right.
On the beach. So tell me what you were about to spew when you said that.
My answer is, how would you define free? Would you define free?
That's how you would respond to me?
Yes, how would you define free?
I think my collar's off here.
And then, of course, show me an example of a free person.
Armin.
Armin's free? Okay, so in what ways is Armin free that Eren isn't free?
Eren is way too better. Perfect example. It would be when they reach the ocean, and everyone is now granted, he does have knowledge that they do not, but everyone there does have something horrible. It does have something horrible to think about.
Right.
Particularly, they thought the Titans were the only problems, and they eliminated all the Titans pretty much in the island. And then they realized that they're actually being attacked by the entire world by a more powerful army, not by dumb Titans, by strategic warlords, which was the best thing about the Titans. They were dumb. But this time they realized that they did not, in fact, get rid of the Titans. And on top of that, they're being attacked by the entire world. But everyone still had a good time at the beach, except for Eren, who was worried about killing all his enemies or some crap like that. So that's an example of how Armin. I can provide more, but that's a great illustration of how Eren is not free. Eren lives his entire life like that beach scene.
I can't say that. I disagree.
Great, that's only why.
Would you say Tom Brady is free?
No.
No, how so?
He's a slave to football. What do you mean?
Okay, who is free in the NFL?
And secondly, I don't really know
who is free in the NFL?
Tom Brady's. I can't read Tom Brady's inner thoughts. I know Aaron's inner thoughts, and I know how Aaron is.
Why? Because you've been in his head 2 or 3 times?
I've followed him since he was 10, so a little bit different there. But I wouldn't say that Tom Brady is free.
Okay, now who in the NFL is free?
Who in the NFL is free? I mean, again, I don't know these people. I would probably say, I don't know, maybe
Let me ask you this. What
Ray
determined
Lewis.
person would you say is free? Somebody who's determined.
Armin.
Yeah,
Armin.
Okay, so, at what level does stuff start becoming?
Are you going to make an argument? Wait, you're just asking me. I want to hear your argument.
I'm making an argument. My argument is simply this. Guys, some crazy person said Eren was over free will, and ever since you asked me if he was free.
Wait, what? I didn't hear you saying.
Some crazy person said Eren's not free. Eren's not doing his own free will. And then people start going Google for Cocoa Puffs. And now and then basically what happens is it's confirmation bias. I think is what's happening. And I think you have to zoom out with the show. You need perspective, or else you end up looking stupid. For example, people saying that Annie needs to be punished. It's lack perspective. Okay, so you need this show is how perspective or die, basically, and the equivalent of that would be looking stupid. So my second argument is this: he's as free as everyone else is. He might be a little bit more determined, but he also has more power. I wouldn't say he's a slave to anything.
I would say he is a slave to
To what?
Well, okay, so people usually say, and again, I was
Like
just,
the video and subscribe.
I was just like
I
you.
see you.
I was just like you. Okay?
Right. Okay.
I was like, yeah, Eren is definitely a slave to freedom. That sounds stupid. I always thought that Arnold was stupid for calling it for Eren. There's another person. Hey, welcome.
Yeah, welcome, guys.
There's another person who called Eren not free. Arnold called him not free. I laughed at him. It's saying that said freedom to him is walking in a not so fashionable town with a warm drink in his hand. He said that was freedom. I thought that was stupid as well. But 137 completely changed my mind. And where did I originally ask? Where was I going with this?
And then there was one.
Yes, and then Eren. And then I realized how Eren actually is not, who's not a slave to freedom. That's a poor way of wording. It's like when you say defund the police. I think the best way to say it is he's a slave to an illusion of freedom. That's finally the thing went off. That's what I would say it is. He's a slave to the illusion of freedom. For example, in 131, when he says this, you guys can't see it, but I'm showing Dopest show.
He says freedom.
Yes, this scene right here, where he is purposely covering, or maybe an accident, but all the smoke is covering up all of his actions, and he can't see a thing. He can't hear anything. And of course, it's on purpose to cause the destruction on the ground. And he proclaims he is free. Now, of course, in this panel, he is not free at all. And we know this not only because that is silly, but because in prior chapters, he said the furthest thing removed from freedom is ignorance, and he's the most ignorant person, as well as he's drawn as a child here, because the reason we're saying he's free is because he's doing the most childish regions. Why he starts the rumbling is what he's accomplishing as we speak, and so his ideal of what freedom is what he's doing right now. Well, of course, after he frowns because he realizes that he's not actually free.
Okay. Right. Guys, by the way, you can comment because we can see the comments and you only comment to, so you got vying for attention. And second of all, word vault was that? My question is to you, Doran, simply is this, or Beluga, is a dad free?
A dad?
That we're trying to fight for. Yep, is he free?
Who? A dad?
A dad. Was dad free?
Our dad?
Yeah. When after you were born, was he free?
This is brother, by the way. I should introduce you as my brother, but is
nepotism
was
people?
Our dad? I don't know. How would I know?
So you don't know whether he's free or not.
After I was born?
Yes, when he was working really hard and he barely got to see you. Will you say that was him being free?
Oh, I mean, well, okay. Here's the thing.
It's just no question.
Well, it's not a no question. Here's the thing.
Checkmate, baby.
Here's the thing. First off, I didn't know the problem was saying no. Number one, but number two, there's a what we have to what the main point, the crux, another crux, but a main pillar of our argument is that no one can ever be physically free. So so the biggest example of this would be, especially with Eren, would be his lifespan. The other way around now?
No. Oh, okay. I mean,
which would be his lifespan. So most people.
Really? No. What really we're trying to do is we're trying to establish what's freedom versus what's making your choices versus being a slave to your choices. I think it's kind of what we're getting at.
Well, I'm not saying, like, when people say he's a slave to his nature, that just makes no sense, because that just means he does what he wants. That doesn't make any sense. What I'm saying is he goes
like he's addicted, like an addict.
I mean, he's not. I wouldn't say he's an addict per se, and I would actually. I'm gonna pull a really big card, and you're gonna kind of see it coming, and you're gonna have a hard time with later on. But I was trying to make the point that no one can ever actually be physically free. No one is fully in control of their choices.
Right. So. That's why I said Armin. How is Armin
free?
Right. So now I'm asking you this
Good
question. Now I'm asking you this question.
Good question.
Was Dad free after he had you and he could
I
barely
don't
see
know.
you?
I mean,
Was
probably
he free?
not.
You don't know. Okay.
The reason why I'm saying I don't know is because, as I said beforehand, since no one
Was
can be,
Dad free when he
no
was
one-
working at his call center?
since no one can be physically free, the only option to be free is to be mentally
Okay.
free.
When Dad was working 9 to 5, was he free?
Well, working 9 to 5 and being a millionaire are the same thing.
Was he free?
I mean, no, but I don't understand what you're trying. I don't think you're understanding.
Okay.
No one can ever physically be free.
So when was Dad free?
Any physical restraint? Okay. Let me try this again.
I think you're failing because
I'm
you
not
don't
failing.
understand
No,
you're making an exception.
Let me explain this again. I think I didn't explain this fully well. Let me try to make this clearer. No one can be physically free. So a slave, a prisoner, and me and you do not have that much difference. Is what I'm trying to say. So whenever you're trying to bring up a physical limitation like working 9 to 5, that to me is going to do nothing. Because when I say I don't know, is because I'm talking about the mental state of the person.
But did he choose to work in 9 to 5 though? To provide, because
again, you're looking at this through the wrong lens.
Okay, my question
I don't know if they're free. I would have to be. It was possible. Let me put it this way. It's more possible. It's possible for a prisoner to be more free than a free millionaire.
Am I okay?
Am I crazy? If you think I'm crazy, you continue talking.
I didn't say.
Well, I thought you were gonna say I'm crazy, but. If you disagree, this is why.
My question is to you is simply this: what is the difference between Dad, Armin, and Eren?
I don't know.
Okay, so then you can't comment on the situation then.
You can't comment on what situation. We're talking about Eren. Why are you bringing up?
We're talking about freedom. Motherfucker, we're not talking about Eren, we're talking about freedom. Come off it.
Okay.
We have to measure
I'm not in
first
head. How would I know?
What a free but
Armin's my free person. That's what I'm putting up. Armin, Kenny, and Eren. Those are my free people.
Okay, Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny.
Okay, how is Kenny any freer than Eren?
Because Eren, pre 139, was a slave to his ideal of freedom, which did not make him happy. Okay, Kenny had listen. We're having a debate here. I'm going to have my full point. Kenny had an ideal of freedom. He wanted the founding titan so that he could be a compassionate person, and so he did whatever he needed to do to get to that, to be a compassionate person. Once he figured out he could not be a compassionate once he figured out he was not going to get the founding titan, instead of dying in a bitter, angry, unfree man, he did something out of genuine compassion and altruism and gave a titan injection to Captain Levi, thus being a compassionate person without his founding titan, without his initial goal, thus making him, in my opinion, a free man.
Okay, so then they're saying, because they both accomplished their goals in the end. Because Kenny wasn't free. Stop. Kenny wasn't free pre that chapter.
No, of course not. He's a slave to compassion.
Okay, so Armin's okay. So let's just say
Armin's been free since the beginning.
Don't Kenny because Kenny and Eren are the same thing.
No. We're having a conversation. Okay, fine. I'll bring up Armin and Eren then. We're having a debate about whether Eren was free. I was talking 137.
No,
you said Eren was free in 137. I'm saying definitely 137.
Do you want to know why I said, Lucas, how would you define evil? I said that so you get a baseline. We're trying to get baseline. So for me to I'm getting my whole point out.
Go ahead.
For me to even ask, for us to even have conversation, we first need to debate over the fucking definition of what we're talking about in the first place.
Okay, number one.
Is Eren high?
Number one.
You define high.
No, number one, dopest. I don't like to have swearing on my channel.
Okay.
Number two, I told you my deals for freedom. Kenny, Erwin, and Armin. Especially Armin. And we're talking about pre-139 because
because Kenny only was free in the last chapter of his life.
I said so. You told me he wasn't free in 139. You told me Eren was not free in 137. I'm saying
was not much free.
I'm saying he was. I'm saying question mark in 139, but he definitely was not free in 137.
But what they want to have.
No, Pre-139.
Wait.
Pre-139. Pretend 139
Okay.
doesn't exist. Unless
Then
you're saying,
stop. Pretend like cancel last chapter doesn't
Okay.
exist.
Okay. No, stop. You told me to define freedom.
And
Okay,
and
I
freedom
brought
is accomplishing your goals.
I brought up 3 characters.
Okay, freedom is accomplishing your
Kenny,
goals.
Irwin, and Armin.
Okay, what's freedom? Accomplishing your goals. Is that it?
That's the exact
Or
opposite.
do something that makes you happy.
That's it. Well, one of the points of Attack on Titan is that
I didn't ask you the point. I didn't ask you for freedom.
I told you Armin's the ultimate example, and you also have Irwin and
Okay,
Kenny.
explain to me Armin.
Okay, great. Why is Armin free? Okay, Armin is the ultimate person. Why is he the ultimate person? Armin's the ultimate person because there's 2 types of people in Attack on Titan. One of them we'll call Papa Yeager. Armin, Grisha's father, Zeke's grandpa, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? You don't.
Xavier?
No.
The baseball guy?
No. This guy. Remember this guy? The guy who's tearing his eyes out when he's meeting Eren?
Yeah.
You don't know who I'm talking about.
Grisha's father.
Yes, Grisha's father. Yes.
Yeah.
Why are you saying yeah like that? Is there a problem?
Yeah.
So we have Papa Yeager.
I just don't remember seeing him a whole lot.
Yeah, I was sitting around that whole lot. Remember he was saying that was good at his...
He was an abolitionist or something like that. Restorationist.
No,
like
he wasn't.
What was he?
He was saying it was good that... Well, it's not good, but he wasn't that mad about Faye getting eaten. Remember? He was like, oh, you should have gone for the walls. The guy... Who else can... He's a perfect example of that. Who else?
So, Bootlicker in the OTL?
What's an LTL? He's not a...
Obey the law! Faye should obey the law!
What should I...
Something like that.
I'm sorry, guys, but I haven't...
Obey the law?
Sure.
I gave you COVID.
Yeah, so Papa Yeager.
Okay, so OTLs.
I hope you remember what he is. And we have Papa Yeager on one side.
So OTLs.
And then we have Eren Yeager on the other side. Those are pretty much the 2 characters in the show. You see where this is going? So
that to me.
So Papa Yeager is bad because he's obviously he's in a ghetto. His daughter got eaten, and he's perfectly fine with living life inside the ghetto, having his children living a bad life. He's perfectly fine with his daughter getting eaten by dogs. Well, not perfectly fine. I think he is a little more, again. Papa Yeager is still a very nuanced character. It's very, you see him as a mastermind, but he did not want to take vengeance because he wanted to keep the family together. Or another way of thinking is when Zeke was like, oh, well, at least we're alive. That sort of sentiment, right? At least we're alive. At least we're still here. Not wanting to go past the walls. You seem confused. Are you confused?
So he's not LTL, but he just did take violent action.
This is why I brought Papa Yeager up, because
I bring somebody else up. He's too complicated.
I have no idea who to bring up. Zeke. Child Zeke. How about that? How about Child Zeke? Or just Zeke in general. Hannes? Season 1 Hannes?
Who is he?
Hannes? Who's Hannes? The drunk guy who Aaron's friend who got eaten in season 2?
No, you're talking about.
You have no idea.
I'm joking. I know who Hannes is.
Okay, so you have Hannes, season 1 Hannes, who is content to playing cards in the walls. Right. Okay, sort of like Aaron's mom.
So he's free.
No, I'm trying to describe Armin. This is all about Armin. Well, he's more free than Eren, but so then we have Hannes and Carla, who are content to be inside the walls because they're alive. They have all the food they need and whatnot. Then we have Eren Yeager, who is not okay with this world, wants to move past the walls, wants to go see the ocean because, as he says, it is his right. He's born to this world, and of course, no one can argue with that. Now both of those signs are wrong. Eren is way.
Go ahead.
Eren, he picks up leaning on my shit. Eren is way too fixated on an ideal of freedom, which you will never attain, because again, physical freedom is impossible. And
but didn't he tell him we make something woods for 4 years?
That's why we're not talking about 139. We're talking about 137.
So stop saying he would never retain it.
Well,
he did retain it.
His ideal. No. He attained it. Season 1 Eren would have kicked him in the face. Season 1 Eren would have kicked him in the face.
Bring up the future. Don't bring up the future.
Oh my gosh. You know what I mean? His childish ideal never attained.
Don't bring up the future because I'm gonna always argue that point.
I'm talking about his mind state. His mind state. The mindset he has is bad, and he will never attain that freedom, and he never did. He never did attain because he. Season 1 Eren would have kicked 138 Eren in the teeth. Literally, I literally think he would have kicked him in the teeth. Are you trying to argue with that? He let his hometown get invaded. He confined himself to a cabin with one girl, knowing that Armin and everyone he knows is gonna die except for Mikasa. You're telling me season 1 Eren would have kicked him in the teeth?
Mikasa. He didn't only hang out with Mikasa.
Yeah, Armin was gonna die.
He hung with Armin too.
No, Armin was gonna die. He was doing with Armin. Remember he says Armin.
But Armin didn't die because that was in the past.
Yes, I'm saying that is his freedom. That's what I'm saying. Being secluded in the woods, confined in a cabin with only one person is freedom. That's what I'm trying to say. But season 1 Eren would have kicked him in the teeth, literally.
Right, but he also got to hang out with Armin too.
What the hell is happening right now? We're not on the same page. What are you saying? I'm so confused. Are you agreeing with me or disagreeing with me?
I'm saying, well, I'll go back to this point again. Continue trying to define freedom.
Okay, so
this is getting actually fucking pretty annoying.
So Papa Yeager, Hannes, Carla on one side, which is all bad because again, they do have the right to see the ocean.
Okay, continue.
They do have the right.
I understand you're a Christian. Continue.
Then we have Eren on one side, who is right. They do have the right to. Please stop reaching over. If you want to grab this here. They do have the right to see the ocean. They do have the right. Stop, please. They do have the right to. They do have the right to move past their walls. They do have the right to see all these things. But can you stop? They do have the right to do all these things. But the way Eren's going about it is completely wrong, and his mindset is awful. So, what is
moral standpoint or freedom standpoint?
Moral standpoint. No one's morally wrong or anything. We're not talking about morals now. This is not a moral conversation. I don't want to ever hear that word brought up again in this conversation.
So how did he not?
Okay, so what is Armin? Armin's free.
Armin, follow me, get to Armin.
So how is Armin free? Well, here's how Armin's free, because Armin is both of those. Armin does want to see the ocean. Armin does have dreams that he can aspire to do. But, big caveat, big asterisk. He allows himself, and again, he allows himself. That's a key word because Eren imprisons himself, but Eren allows himself to be happy and content.
Sure, because he has those powers.
Stop. In his present state, he is content and happy in his present state, but he still has goals. See, again, to make it a shorter version, Carla and Hannes don't have any goals. Eren has a goal, but that goal consumes him to the point where he's not free. That's why Armin is free, and that's why Erwin is free, and that's why Kenny is free. So that's the definition of freedom, and that's why he's not free pre-138. Well, actually, 130. Technically, that cabin thing happened in 138. So, 137, he's not free. So, what's your response?
So that's the definition of freedom.
Yep, Kenny. Armin.
Okay, so was he on? Okay, so was this free?
Okay.
With his 100-hour with his 100-hour work days.
Dopest. I am not going to talk about anyone. Would you please stop doing this? I'm not going to talk about anyone that is not a fictional character because I do not know. I'm not in Jeff Bezos' head.
Okay.
So how can I tell you what he's free?
I would argue he was free.
He might be free.
But he chose to do it. He chose to do it.
Chose to do what?
He chose to put on this work to create Amazon.
Okay, great.
Armin is a mere colossal titan.
Meal?
A mere colossal titan.
Okay.
Eren is not.
Okay. Where's his?
So you're saying that he's content. My thing is, how is Armin free when he can do basically nothing?
That's exactly my point.
What can he do?
Okay, this again.
And
let
you
me
say,
let me
you
let
say
me
he's
explain this to you
content.
again.
You say he's content.
Let me explain this to you again. No one has physical freedom. Let me do this again. Everyone's imprisoned.
Okay, so you can say being content with your surroundings.
Well, no, because Hannes, I wouldn't say Hannes is free or Carla's free.
You wouldn't say you would say.
I wouldn't say that they're free.
How so?
Because they're trapped inside walls, and they don't. They.
But nobody's physically free.
Well, they're more free than
So
Eren. This is exactly why I didn't want you spraying this.
Before the boat was invented. Before the boat was invented, were people free or are people not free?
This is exactly what those are not napkins. I cannot believe you did that. What is wrong with you? That's exactly what I'm saying. Before the boat is invented, exactly. So
people are free.
People are never free.
Okay. So again, I'm asking you.
They're more free than Well, yeah, good question. You have a good question. They're more free than Eren, I would say. But the reason why I say that Armin is freer than Hannes and Carlos is Armin has dreams, future aspirations.
That's a scale. We're not putting him on a scale. We're putting him on a
scale. What do you mean scale?
We're putting him on two piles. One is free. One is not free.
Okay, so I'd say that Han. Okay, if you want to simplify it like that, so I would say Hannes. I would say Hannes and Armin are free. Eren is not free in season 1. That's what I would say.
Because he has aspirations.
Hannes doesn't have any aspirations.
I'm talking about Eren.
No, you clearly weren't listening. Because he's so fixated on his goal, he does not allow himself to be happy nor content. And when he does reach his goal, he still finds out that it's vain.
That's one way just go back to that.
Why not?
Because you said pre-139.
Okay, yeah, when I'm talking 131.
He reaches his goal at 139.
He has multiple reasons for doing Rumble.
He
has multiple goals, and he says he's free. So I think he achieved his childish goal at 131. So the childish, petty, selfish version of Eren.
I don't think so. Because he would stop that.
There's multiple reasons for him doing the rumbling. He said he was free. So the
I don't understand what this is about.
The worst. Well, here's what it's about. The worst part.
We've been talking for a very long time.
Go ahead.
Eren had goals. We all have goals. He chose to do something, and he could have stopped at any time. Now, one person, like my debater, could say, "Yeah, he was consumed." Though I would say, "Yeah, he was consumed, though," but I still believe that he enjoyed himself. And a ton of people,
we know he didn't
listen, let me explain. And a ton of people put themselves through hell, not to mention Hell Week, as for soldiers, put themselves through hell so they can accomplish a goal. But they do that of their own choice. So my thing is, Elon Musk is free. Amazon,
well, you don't know that. How would you know that?
is free.
How would you know that?
And if you want to say, okay, how would you know that? I would simply respond with, listen, the middle class, here's the thing. Either we say nobody's free in America, or we say middle class is not free in America, or middle class. And I'm saying this because we all work hard, but we all choose to do it, and we all nobody's forcing us to do anything. We all choose to do it, and we all live pretty happy lives. Some of us may aspire to do more work, so we work 100 hours. It doesn't mean we're not free. All it means is that we're determined and that we want to do something big in life. Eren did something big in life.
Yes, but
Also, God's free.
Yeah, exactly. That's dopest. You know what I'm saying? You keep saying. I'm not saying whether he was forced to do anything or not. That's irrelevant. What I'm saying is, the most selfish, petty parts of Eren wanted to make the world freedom for him was making the world ideal for him.
You just said the most selfish part of him.
Yes, which is why he's drawn as a child in 131.
Go ahead.
He does this by killing the robbers, by fighting titans, and by ultimately, yes, there was a childish reason why I fought the robbers, and ultimately the rumbling.
They're
And
pigs. He said they're pigs.
Yeah. Okay.
Shout out to LAPD. Freaking ridiculous.
And so
y'all have to tie his feet. Are you serious right now?
I'm not laughing at that. California. No, I'm not getting political here. Okay, but so he kills the robbers first. He kills titans, and then he kills the world. He starts the rumbling. Why is that rumbling? Well, it's simple. We see this in 135, 4. He says, 134. He says that the humans are animals, and he'll exterminate all of them. And what does he do in 131? He proclaims he's free, but it's pseudo freedom, and Eren knows it's pseudo freedom. Because not only did he say beforehand that ignorance is the first thing removed from freedom, but as well, he frowns exactly after. Because it's like this. Here's a wonderful example. It's like if you are a pauper and you're always hearing about how good chocolate is, and you waste 5 years working all this stuff, sacrificing time with your friends or family, doing things that you genuinely enjoy, so that you can eat this chocolate. Then when you eat this chocolate, you don't have this chocolate, you're eating the chocolate. You don't like the chocolate, but you say, now I'm free, now I've accomplished my goals. Okay, great. You accomplished your goal of eating chocolate, but you were neither free nor you were happy. His goal was simply to be am I wrong? Wait, hold on. Am I wrong for saying that freedom is the goal of freedom is to be happy? Am I wrong for saying that? Why do you think about that?
Because people are stupid sometimes. And let me explain. In your analogy.
Wait, I'm just asking. I'm not finished. I'm just asking. I'm just making sure they're not assuming.
Finish.
Is freedom is the goal of freedom to be happy?
Finish your thing.
Okay, I'm assuming the goal of freedom is to be happy.
Okay, go ahead.
So, or I would say better be happy in prison than free and depressed. So
that doesn't do freedom.
So Eren tastes the chocolate. He doesn't like the taste of chocolate, but he claims that he is free. And we know he doesn't like the taste of chocolate because he's clouded himself with smoke. The author's drawing him with marionette strings. And that's why I say he's not free. The freedom for him was not killing titans, not half the walls, not in the ocean. Freedom for him was simply living with the woman he loves. As simple as that. And again, as ridiculous as that sounds, as ridiculous and crazy as that sounds, me saying this right now, Attack on Titan is written so masterfully that one can say, Eren, you need to chill. You should be more like honest. I don't know, this killing all Titan stuff, might want to reel that back a little bit. Maybe it's crazy, but maybe you should be just a farmer with Mikasa. Maybe you shouldn't have gone to the military. Maybe you should just be a farmer with Mikasa. Who knows? That's what I would say.
Okay.
Go ahead, rebuttal. I need to take issue with that.
Finally, thank you. Okay.
I'll tell you
Number one, in your analogy, they chose to put themselves through that to
he's a
attain
slave
goal.
to his freedom.
To me, hey, he went and tried to attain his goal. If you attain your goal, you are free. Freedom is the inability. No, you cannot. Freedom overruled. Freedom is the ability to attain your goals. Now, if I let's say I'm trying to get a job and work at Subway. If I say, you know what, screw a PlayStation 4, I'm gonna wait and get a PlayStation 6. I would be free in waiting and making the money to buy a PlayStation 6. Now, would I be happy? For the most part, no. When I finally get the PS6, would I be happy? Probably not, because you got so much time to fantasize about how good it was gonna be. But I still the freedom. The freedom is to make your own choices in life.
I disagree.
He made his.
Well, let's disagree. I'm not saying that freedom is. That's why I keep saying the physical body. That's why I keep saying the choices he makes are irrelevant. He's a slave to. That's what people say. He's a slave to his freedom. He's imprisoning himself.
But in that, okay, so you're saying that he's too dedicated to the point where he's enslaved.
And here's the other thing. Eren
Is that what you're saying? Is that
well, we mean dedicated. I hate to be because I love Eren. We all love Eren's
you said
dedication.
pre-39.
Armin's dedicated
so
too.
We're not talking about when he accomplished. We're not talking about whether or not he accomplished his goals. So I don't want to ever hear you say that, or else you're gonna have a 1 minute timeout.
No, you said
on there.
Freedom is. If you're saying freedom is accomplishing goals, Eren did not even accomplish his goals in 131. Because what's the goal? What's the goal of eating chocolate? To have a good taste in your mouth.
Okay.
Eren did not have a good taste in his mouth in 131. He thought.
The ability to work and to work to get your desired outcome, and he had the ability to work to get his desired outcome. Now, my answer to you is, how is that? Okay, now how would you define it in the simplest way possible? Because you like to draw it on like mother.
I just mentioned it. Erwin is a perfect example of what freedom is.
Because
is Kenny.
Because you get to be happy with your surroundings. Is that what you're saying freedom is? The ability.
Seriously, I really hate when people do this.
I'm not trying to dumb it down. I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
Attack on Titan is 139 chapters. Okay? It's 139 chapters. Triggered. I am triggered. I deal with idiots on the internet all the time. My own brother, I expect more from you. I stopped taking one piece of my argument. Attack on Titan is an extremely nuanced piece of work. Let me say this to you again. Attack on Titan is about freedom. Let me say this to you again. Eren Yeager is less free than Armin Arlott because Armin allows himself to be content in his present life.
Okay, so happiness.
And on top of that, he has goals for the future. Eren's goals, and his goals are abstract, which is very important. His goal is simply to learn stuff and to be curious. Eren's goal is specific, which does not accomplish the actual end goal. Again, the goal of chocolate is to have a good taste in your mouth. Okay, great. You had chocolate. So you had chocolate. It sucked. Now you're not happy.
So happy with your surroundings. I just said that.
No. Okay, said no. Stop. There's three things there's 3 points. Great, we got the contentment down. Great. Okay. I'm glad he got that. There's 2 more parts. The second part is that Armin is not imprisoned is not limited by his own mind. Hannes and Carla are limited by their own minds. It's like they have no aspirations to go outside of their own little world. Okay. Armin does. That's a shackle they put on themselves. Armin does. Okay. And on top of that, the most important thing.
This is new. You never said this before.
I've been saying this. You just weren't listening. On top of that.
I was listening.
On top of that. There's people sleeping. I probably shouldn't be yelling. Okay, hold on.
Nah, you should be yelling, brother.
That's not loving your neighbor. I really apologize.
But loving your brother. Screw loving your brother.
I know you were. You should tell me you had a problem with me yelling at you.
Go ahead.
I know you had a problem with me yelling at you.
Go ahead.
Okay.
For a comment, you come off as always talking.
The third thing is that Armin's goals are abstract and they're actually to what he actually wants. Eren's goal, again, was to make the world ideal for him, which did not bring him pleasure nor freedom. It did not bring him any pleasure. So he got the chocolate. That was his goal, to get the chocolate. But the actual goal of eating chocolate is to have a good taste in your mouth. So his goal should have been, I want a good taste in my mouth, not I want chocolate. He wanted chocolate instead. He bit into chocolate. It was disgusting. And by the time it was too late, and by the time he spit it out, it was too late. That's why Eren is not free pre-139. And that's why Armin is the freest character in the entire show. And that's why Kenny and Erwin are free.
So let me explain this.
A simple way.
Let me explain this.
Go ahead.
So you're saying 3 parts. 1, the ability to have with your surroundings.
Yes, because that's a shackle.
2,
Eren shackles
the ability
himself.
to be around with your surroundings. 3, the ability to have with your surroundings. I'm joking. You said number 1, ability to have with your surroundings. Number 2 is being able to see above the stuff, like being able to know what's going on in the world.
Not being shackled by your own limited mind, because Carla and Hannes.
Right, and number 3 would be to have obtainable actual goals.
No. To have it's hard to explain, but what if my goal? If I want to eat chocolate, there's 2 goals per se. Right, the goal is not to eat chocolate. The goal is to have a good taste in your mouth.
Right.
Aaron's goal was Eren achieved his goal in 131, but he didn't actually achieve his goal, which was happiness and freedom.
Achievable goals. Achievable root goals.
Yeah, root goal. Yeah, root. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Yes, there we go.
Here we go. You said pre-139, so we can't debate about the last one because we're not debating whether or not he accomplished his goal.
He did accomplish his goal in 131.
His root goal. We're not talking about that because you said pre-139.
I mean his root. Okay, he did accomplish one of his root goals in 131.
Oh my god!
Do you understand the 4 faces of Eren?
Eren.
What?
We're not talking about the goal segment.
We are, because he achieved his goal in 131.
We're not talking about the goal segment because that's irrelevant because we can't talk about 139.
He achieved his goal in 131.
Root goals.
He achieved one of his root goals in 131. Which is to make the world ideal. Like what he said to Ramsey. When he's been saying, when he says I'll kill Titans, because he's thinking the world outside is as nothing. It's just nature. And when he read the book, he wanted to make the world like what he thought it was. That's the child of evil. That's his selfish nature. And so he did achieve his goals in 131, which is why he said freedom in 131.
What was his goal in 131?
To make to as he said in 139, to make the world flat and leave it covered with insects. That's what he wanted to do.
Okay, but what was his root goal?
That was one of his root goals. Oh, what was his root goal? Is what you're asking? Oh, pleasure and freedom.
Okay, but we can't measure that until 130 until we hit 139.
No, because we see he's distressed and ignorant. And unfree.
And 139, he's with Mikasa. 139, he's with Armin.
Yes.
139, he's probably hanging out with Annie too, which must be hella awkward. But it might have happened.
For both of them. That's what I'm saying. Maybe he didn't learn to be free until 138 and 139. So why? Wait.
No.
Okay, so you're saying he's free in 131. So you're saying he's free in 131. How is he free in 131? Please tell me your argument.
Doran. I
Stop calling me Doran. It's Beluga.
Beluga. I thought we weren't cubes. I thought we weren't talking about 139.
We're not talking 139.
Okay, so now we're dealing with 2 parts. 1, not being limited by your own mind, and 2, being connected with your surroundings.
And the goals, because he did achieve his goal. He did achieve his goal in 131.
Doran. Oh, Doran.
Beluga.
Beluga. Oh, Beluga. I said goal. What's about root goals? Okay.
He has roots. He has multiple root. Okay, everyone only has one root goal. How can anyone have more than one root goal?
His root goal is to be happy. happy.
Yeah, which he did not achieve in 131. Armin did though. Armin's been happy the entire series, which is why he's the freest character in the series.
His goal was to be happy.
Yeah, and pre 139 he was unhappy.
So when he and but during Beluga cubes, we can't argue about whether or not he was happy.
We see him. You want me to show you a picture of him frowning in 139? 131.
Okay, okay. Everyone in that show has frowned at least one time.
He frowns at a pivotal. He frowns after he says freedom, which means that he thought he attained freedom and happiness when he really didn't. He's been bitter since the beginning of the series. Ever since Armin showed him that book, he's been a bitter person.
Again, no.
Okay, great. Tell me why.
Just simply no, because I think he did accomplish his
before 139
goal in 139. Now here's the
We're
thing.
talking 139.
Right, so we're cutting goals off.
Yes.
Thank you. So we're talking about two things.
No. Okay, but dopest. I'm not saying Eren was never free. I'm saying he did not learn to be free until 139.
I'm saying that's non-fucking sensical.
How is that nonsensical?
Let's say Elon Musk wants to get the chocolate. He gets the chocolate. He's happy as fuck.
Yeah, he's not free until
then you say, no.
I understand the confusion there. Again, the ability to make choices does not make you free. That's my argument.
So you have to be in the climax of your life, or you're not free.
Well, again, most millionaires and billionaires love what they do, so they are free. So if he's miserable as hell, and again,
what if that part he had to suffer through? It wasn't a long part. He had to suffer through that part, and then he accomplished. Okay, to me, I think your definition of free was just stupid.
Okay, great.
I'm sorry.
Tell why.
Because freedom to make choices. Number two, if this person accomplishes the goal, but a second before they accomplish the goal, they're not free because they're not happy in that moment. So you have to be happy all the time, and you can't go through any suffering.
Do you honestly? That's what I'm trying to say. Do you honestly?
I'm saying I think you're one of those assholes who are like, discipline suffering. If you experience those things, you're not free. Well,
Armin
equals freedom.
I love that saying.
Eren had discipline.
No, Eren became no. Eren lacked discipline. No, Eren lacked a lot of discipline. Eren allowed himself to become a very bitter person. What do you mean?
He lacked discipline.
He lacked a lot of discipline.
He pretended to be injured for like a very, very, very long time. That's discipline.
Mental discipline. Dopest. I'm not one of those guys. You're mischaracterizing me. You're completely mischaracterizing me.
I understand.
You don't think I've ever seen Armin be sad? Armin was very sad about his grandpa.
We're not going to measure freedom the very second that you.
Of course not. No, there's nothing to do with goals. There's nothing to do with goals. There's nothing to do with goals.
Okay, so we're going to cut off goals.
No.
And we're going to stick with the two.
Because Eren did not accomplish his root goal until 138, 139.
But if he was...
But Armin did not. Armin didn't accomplish his goal. Listen, Armin did not accomplish his goal of seeing the sea until season 3. He was still free for the entire before that.
How Sway?
How was he free? Because he didn't allow fear to shackle him. Hannes let fear. Are you disagreeing? Hannes, would you say Hannes let fear shackle him? So fear and cowardice shackle him? No.
Armin's a soy boy.
Again, I promise you guys, I am not crazy. I completely agree with all what you're saying until 137. Until 137, it all changed for me. But listen, would you say that Hannes was shackled by fear and cowardice?
Doing
Beluga. Are you answering my question?
Yes.
Okay, great.
But also,
I'm in the middle of talking. Let me talk.
No, because I barely get to talk. Listen. Here's what I'm saying. we need to fix your definition of freedom, because your definition of freedom is getting the chocolate and be happy.
No.
But the month prior to getting the chocolate, you're not free.
Okay, I really hate when people. I really hate when people on the internet do this because you're thinking with so little English. I swear, I promise you, I will turn off this computer to something like that ever again.
There are 3 categories. I'm trying to talk about this one category. No. So we're talking about each at a time. So from now on, we're talking about the one thing.
No.
About being
Eren. Okay, listen. Stop. Eren is okay in the goal sense. Eren is freer than Hannes. I'm not saying
okay.
That's not a criticism. That's a criticism of Hannes.
There are 3 aspects
that have to happen simultaneously.
I'm trying to walk through each aspect.
Okay, I agree with you on the first aspect of goals.
So we cut it off now.
What do you mean cut it off?
We're putting it to the side.
Okay, what does that mean exactly?
We're putting a check mark.
No, because his goal was awful.
He needs 3 check marks.
Oh, so you're saying he has goals for the future is what you're saying.
I'm saying we both agree about the goal aspect.
What about the goal aspects? His goal was awful and terrible and caused him and pierced him with many grievance.
That's what Ramsey would say.
That's what 131 Eren would say.
Darn. I thought we'd just do getting goals.
What about the goals? Let me keep here. He's in the sense of not being shackled by courage and cowardice, he's freer than Hannes. That's what I'd say.
Okay.
Because Hannes and Carla are shackled by fear and cowardice. Well, maybe not Carla.
Not being bound to your own mind.
Yeah.
So what check mark? Finally. Gosh darn. Now we have goals. Who's goal? Okay, the desire to be happy. I'm saying just because you work to be happy and some parts might be miserable, if you're happy in the end and you finally get what you want, that entire span time that you're working, you were free unless someone was forcing you to do it, like you're a slave or in the gulag.
I mean, of course.
Okay, so then how is that not? Okay.
Because Eren. This is a zero-sum game because either you are completely happy when you're working and when you achieve a goal happy, or you're not happy when you're working, not happy when you get your goal.
Because
that's really human nature. Okay, but okay,
that's how humans work.
Okay, great.
Because
perfect. I'm not gonna argue with Eren.
Okay,
I'm not gonna argue about that. That's not relevant to my points. I'm not gonna argue about that.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It being a zero-sum game is relevant to my point.
Huh?
It being a zero-sum game.
Okay.
Eren let himself become a very bitter person and never let himself have a true moment of happiness in his life ever. That's what the word bitter means. And so no, because of course he was never free.
He didn't allow himself to be happy.
Of course he didn't. He shackled himself to his own.
He was laser focused until he accomplished what he wanted to accomplish.
Well, you have to understand. Again, season 1 would kick season 1 for Eren in the teeth.
But we should have saw the anime when he got to the beach.
He changed.
He was happy.
He was not happy. He was a very bitter, angry person when he got to the beach.
Happy.
He was happy. Really? He was happy. Really?
Yeah, you should saw
really? When he was pointed out safely, when he was thinking about war when he was at the beach, he was happy. He was not happy, bro.
That was the very end.
He was not happy. On his way to the beach, he wasn't happy. He was still thinking about the Titans in the morning. It's like, oh, this is one of our campaigns. No, but I think about going to the beach.
Show me the scene in the anime.
Stop grabbing the mic towards you, bro. I'm gonna seriously just suplex you. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, look how happy Eren is here.
Look how happy John is.
John's excited.
Ooh.
We all know Army's excited. Look how dead he is.
I can't hear shit.
I know you can't hear anything. That's because it's connected to the mic. You're not supposed to hear anything. The audience isn't hearing anything. Why should you hear anything?